Hello and welcome to part 2 of my DVD collection. In this video we will continue with C and go to about halfway through my G's. So let's begin. So we start with Christine, Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, which I think is actually pretty good. I know a lot of people don't like the second one, but I thought it was fun. The Chronicles of Riddick trilogy, which is the two movies in the 30-minute cartoon that was made to bridge the gap between Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick. Really fun sci-fi films. City by the Sea, Clash of the Titans. Was really disappointed with this one. It's got some good parts to it, but I really did not like the ending. The ending was so anticlimactic, and I don't know what they were thinking. I'm hoping that they can redeem themselves with Wrath of the Titans coming out later this year. Adam Sandler in Click, probably my favorite Adam Sandler film. There's parts at the end that just really tug at my heartstrings. It's a very good movie, good life lesson too. Cloverfield, probably my favorite of the whole handheld camera phase that's going through these days. Coach Carter, Collateral, Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx. This is an amazing movie. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of Tom Cruise or thrillers. Classic 90s film, Con Air. Some good action in this. Great performance from Nicolas Cage. The Condemned, kind of like Death Race, but without the racing. It's not that great. This was a blind buy. Kind of regret it. I've only watched it the once. Keanu Reeves in Constantine. Cop Out. I actually find this movie funny. I know a lot of people really don't seem to like it, but I think it's fun. Tracy Morgan does get irritating, but it's got a couple of lines that I really like. Cradle to the Grave, Jet Li, DMX. Crank, really bizarre movie. Great movie it's still a great movie, but it's really bizarre. But not as bizarre as its sequel, Crank 2. I lose myself watching this. I don't know what's going on half the time. It's just so out there. But it is really fun. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. The Da Vinci Code. Really long, drawn-out movie. Its sequel, Angels and Demons, was far superior. The theatrical cut of Daredevil, I personally enjoy this movie. I've heard a lot of people really, really hate this movie. I think it's fun. I know it's got its problems, but I don't know what else to say. I think it's fun. And I also have the director's cut, which adds another 30 or so minutes to it. I picked this one up really cheap. I wasn't going to go out and buy it day one sort of thing. I think I picked it up secondhand, actually. But it's okay. I don't know why a lot of people really like the director's cut, but they don't like the theatrical cut. I find them both to be kind of the same, so I don't know what's up with that. Now we have a cartoon here, Daredevil vs. Spider-Man. I didn't even realize I still had this. This is the old 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Came out around the same time that Daredevil did. Kind of riding on the success of Daredevil. Might as well release the cartoon version of it. And speaking of really good comic book movies, my favorite comic book movies, here we have The Dark Knight. This is the 2-disc special edition. It came with a slipcover that had a picture of Batman. Here we get the Joker. Awesome film. I'm so pumped for the final one that's coming out this summer. It's going to be awesome. Darkness Falls. Kind of a cheap horror film. Dawn of the Dead, the remake. It's actually a very entertaining movie, if you like zombie films. Day After Tomorrow. Daybreakers. This came out in the middle of all the Twilight success. And, a lot of people are like, oh no, another vampire movie. If you thought, oh no, another vampire movie, and didn't see this, but you do like vampire movies, watch this movie now. It's great. It's such a breath of fresh air when all the vampire movies these days kind of suck. This was no words can describe how awesome that movie was. Jason Statham, Death Race. This is the remake. I find this movie to be a lot of fun. The acting could have used a little work, but the action is great. Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. This is a really good movie, another kind of vigilante style film. Death to Smoochie with Robin Williams. This is a bizarre little film. Some good lines in it. I'm a big fan of Robin Williams. I find him extremely hilarious. Deception with Hugh Jackman, Ewan McGregor. Fun little romantic comedy, Definitely Maybe, with Ryan Reynolds. Deja Vu, Denzel Washington. Delta Farce. I picked this one up really cheap, and you gotta be in the right mood to watch something like this. It's dumb humor, and if you're in the right mode of watching that kind of thing, it can be funny, but it's not something you want to watch if you're looking for something smart. The Departed, probably my favorite Martin Scorsese film. Great acting, great script, great story, just an all-around great film. Highly recommend seeing this if you like mobster stories. Detroit Rock City. If you're a rocker or if you like rock music from like the 70s and the 80s, this is an amazing film. It's absolutely hilarious. Devil's Advocate. Disturbia, kind of a remake or reimagining of Hitchcock's Rear Window. This is actually a very good film. Very enjoyable. Keira Knightley as Domino. True story bounty hunter movie. Doom. Now I know a lot of people really don't like this, and I see why. But me, I find it to be a great turn your brain off action movie. It's so over the top and kind of cheesy, but it's so much fun to watch. Double Jeopardy. Drag Me to Hell, just a cheesy horror film. It's Sam Raimi who did the Evil Dead series, which I've only seen the first one. I wasn't a huge fan of, but this is it's so comical, it's hard not to laugh. Like, it's not really trying to be scary, it's trying to be comedic horror. Drive Angry, great Nicolas Cage film, a lot of fun. If you like old cars, especially. Dude, Where's My Car? AKA the original Hangover. It's okay. The ending gets a little far-fetched for my taste, but the rest of it's okay. Eagle Eye, Shia LaBeouf action film. That's not Transformers. This is actually a really fun film. Edge of Darkness. Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. I've seen this I don't know how many times. Now it's starting to get a little old. Now, I said I like Daredevil. and this was sort of a sequel to it, but I'm going to agree with the masses on this one. This one sucks. This is a really bad film. Just, I don't know what went wrong with it, but it was really bad. Employee of the Month, another really cheap film. Yeah. If you get the chance to avoid it, do so. End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Entrapment, Sean Connery, Catherine Zeta-Jones. It's actually a really good heist film. Equilibrium, great sci-fi. Evan Almighty, pretty funny film. Not as good as Bruce Almighty, but this one had its moments. Excess Baggage, a really, really cheesy romantic comedy. So if you're into that kind of film, I suggest checking it out. The Fan, another comic book movie that I actually really like, that a lot of people don't like. Fantastic Four. This is the extended edition. Doesn't really add much to the movie, but I find it fun. But again, I will agree with the masses that the sequel, not so good. It's got its moments, it's kind of fun, but it was missing something that made the first one so enjoyable for me. The original Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Classic 80s comedy, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Saw that I don't know how many times as a kid. Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club is not to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But P.S. it's really good. The Final Destination Trilogy, really bad pun, but really fun movies. At least the first two. Third one's okay, but so there's the first one, the second one, and the okay third one. Second one's my favorite out of all of them. If you want to hear more opinion on this one, check out my review of all 5 films that I did a little while ago. Pixar's Finding Nemo. This one's very quotable. I find myself quoting it a lot these days. Firewall, Harrison Ford film. Forbidden Kingdom. This one got a lot of hype because it was all about, oh, Jackie Chan and Jet Li, they're going to be fighting together and they're in a movie together. And the focus point wasn't really on Jackie Chan and Jet Li, which was kind of disappointing, but the movie itself is actually a fun film if you like kung fu style films. Four Brothers. Fracture. Freddy vs. Jason, really entertaining film, kind of cheesy. Freedom Land. From Dusk Till Dawn, great Robert Rodriguez film starring George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino about vampires. Fun film. From Hell, Johnny Depp movie. It was okay. Funny People. From the creators of Crank, we have Gamer, not as good as Crank. Got some good action scenes, but lacking in the story, kinda. Gangs of New York, really fun Scorsese film. Get Shorty. And the last one is Get Smart. Really funny comedy. Steve Carell gives a great performance. A lot of smart humor in this. Highly recommended if you haven't seen it. So that is the end of video 2. Thanks for watching, and look forward to part 3 coming soon.